What is up, gamers? I'm your host, Reedeht, and today I have a very special guest. That's right, we have FlameKnight from Finland, accredited military analyst, because God knows I can't do that job.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Glad to spread some of the proud military history from my homeland.
Like a time you lost North Finland. Anyway, we have great coverage of the Caribbean, because the war that does nothing officially did something. That's right. So we're going to be covering some major developments, especially with the move from Unti to go from Europe all the way out to the Caribbean. His capital is in jeopardy, currently under attack. Several other provinces might be at risk of falling too. Obviously, you can listen to an actual analyst. I'm just here to call him bad, and he's a bad general, and he's going to definitely lose. That's what I said like a week ago, or a month ago. And a month before that, I said Nico was going to lose. So as you can see, my track record is completely flawless, and I should be trusted wholly.
And here's the current analysis of the situation in the Caribbean. As of late, around 2 million Meowrans have moved into the region, giving them about a 88% manpower in the region in terms of population. I have heard talks in the Caribbean camp of overconfidence around victory, and I would urge them to rethink their confidence in this regard due to a deficit that large being a significant change in how their strategies should be planned out. One region where they currently are successful is over in the territory in this region on the continent. The provinces of 1261, 1260, and 1263 are all currently being retaken or defended by Caribbean forces. In particular, this first one over here, that is the capital of Jeff, and is being heavily defended, and I expect all 3 of these provinces to have been repelled within a day or two. That is a devastating defeat to what seemed to be an inevitable victory for the Meowran forces. In other regions where stuff isn't as dangerous for Meowrans is over here. Due to the fact that they have moved their capital city here, they now have a strong manpower advantage, and this cannot be underestimated. Each one of his provinces in this region all have around 300,000 troops, taking them difficult. Attacks have been launched on 2 of these provinces by both Nico Sniper and the Cladwellian forces, but I estimate these to be repelled due to the large manpower disadvantage. The Nico Sniper one, less confident on that due to the fact that he is only within a day or 2 of victory there. And unless Meowran forces act urgently, they will lose Troll. Other regions where confidence is also not as good for Meowran forces is these lone islands over here, and what used to be Finnish Aruba down here, and what used to be owned by Sweden, which is a second island down here. Those 3, along with another island, I believe, over here, were all handed over to Meowran forces for their movement to the region, and most of these are currently under siege by Caribbean forces. I expect them to fall within 2 days maximum unless Meowran forces move in to defend them urgently. Aside from that, it seems after months of Solari assault, they are now on the back foot. Okay, so currently we have an attack by Cladwellian forces from the ocean heading into Troll.
Analyst. Hey. Would I be correct in saying that the Meowrans are impoverished and live in shacks? Is this correct?
That statement would be largely correct, yes.
You heard it here first, folks. The Meowrans are poverty-ridden, poor fucks. That's right, that's the only analyst you need. Me. Ignore those victory charts. It's all about, are they poor? And believe me, they sound broke. Continue. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so anyway, currently the attack from Cladwellian forces makes up 100,000 troops, and they are within 1 day of taking Troll, like I mentioned earlier. an analysis suggests that they will achieve victory unless urgent care is taken to defend the province. And now we will move on to the other interesting European theatre. And moving on to the advancements in the European field, after the Meowrin forces vacated the region, they have now exposed the inner workings and the less defended areas of the Solari Empire, as well as one of their weaker possible protectorates over here is now very undefended and should really be seeking strong militarization this time. More examples of discontent among the Solari nation-states is this member over here. They have formed some sort of agreement of land handover with these territories owned by Concord, but it has been months since the agreement was made and no movement has been made to claim this territory. Other movements in the region show the Hamburg region being seized by Norway after it was vacated by Meowrin forces, and a stronger grip being placed on the Gateway of Tears and the coastal waters around the world's current superpower, Taiwania. We also have suspicion to believe that Cloudwellian forces are posturing in the region and maybe preparing something of an invasion on Solari mainland.
The Analyst. What does that actually mean?
Yes. Well, as you can currently see, this province here is under Cladwellian control, but that's not all. As of recently, an island in the North Atlantic is also under Cladwellian control, and we believe an invasion force may be prepared.
Okay.
This data can be backed up by the latest maps provided by the Tharman government, which we thank them for.
Okay.
There is...
But, like, I have a question. How do you know that island's hostile, huh?
I said we have suspicion to believe that it may be hostile. We do not have any current data on it due to a difficulty in finding information on troop movements in the region. Anyway, aside from that, we do not believe there are any more major movements in the region. That is all from this current analysis. We hope that you check in the future in case any more endeavors happen in the space of military and warfare.
Hey, yo, one more question. That Chiharu
yes.
guy, why is his economy so mid?
Yes, actually, I can answer that question. The reason why Chiharu's economy is currently in dire straits is he is incompetent.
Damn, that's not very deep. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the conversation room. As you can see across from me, we have FlameKnight. We're going to have a little discussion about potential, well, I guess, beliefs and morale in this situation, how each side potentially might be feeling, and go on from there. Honestly, I think it's just easy to just be peaceful, but what would I know? It's not like I'm, not dealing with any of this bullshit. How do you feel like Unti might be feeling in this current moment? He's being pressed hard, you've just shown that to the audience. What do you think is going through Unti Forgan's head right now?
Currently, I believe going through Unti Forgan's head is both fear of losing with the situation not looking too good, but also renewed confidence in the current situation. Before the movement towards the Caribbean region, he had little but no hope of recovering and winning in there, but with the renewed manpower, I believe he has at least a chance of winning, while this does also put at risk his entire nation, rather than just his assets in the area.
I mean, wouldn't you say that considering there was a WNN prediction, of which I am also the host, where they, we stated that he was very likely to lose in the Caribbean theater. Do you think that has potential ramifications in this topic or not?
I feel that data has vastly changed since then, and at the time, losing the Caribbean was losing colonies of an empire, but currently losing the Caribbean means losing everything he has, which has raised the stakes significantly.
Yeah, but what about, we have... I can see right behind you, we've got Reetopia as well. They're in, is that Quebec? Quebec? Yeah. They're in that part of the world. Don't you think that's also kind of impactful? That he could potentially come down and assist Unti, yet he's shown no sign?
Well, the difficulty there is past history has shown Ree's unlikely to assist in war, similar with the current situation that the overlord of the Solari Empire, Deku, has also chosen to stay out of things as of so far.
What's the Taiwanian thought on all this conflict? I mean, you're on the inside. What do you think?
Currently, we believe war isn't exactly fun. We wish the war would end, but we don't see ourselves getting involved. We made that very clear that genocide was a zero tolerance, and both sides have resorted to what we believe as a most immoral decision, so we do not believe any side deserves our help at all.
Yeah, but now genocide's no longer a feature in the game, and you help with the rollback, of course. We are both developers. I'm asking developer right here. That's no longer a potential issue. So what's Taiwania's stance post-genocide?
Post-genocide, I believe our stance stays similar. We are, as people know, a little bit of an isolationist empire. We don't like to get involved in global politics. Additionally, with the fact that privately it was voiced very clearly that moving towards genocide would cut the Caribbean off from assistance, and leniency that we had previously due to our previous connections as former members of the Commonwealth, which after they after they ignored our advice to avoid genocide, we told them blank and straight that was a no-go, and we no longer wish to participate in their assistance.
So does that mean Taiwania had a underground relationship with the Caribbean?
I wouldn't say an underground relationship. I'd just say most people in the world didn't want to see the war continue. Most people wanted a peaceful resolution. We were very supportive of a Wonkus ceasefire and a peace deal, especially the fact that Norway was in fact a signatory on a proposed peace deal that both sides ended up not getting ratified.
The Lonneson Agreement, correct?
Yes, the Lonneson Agreement.
Is there a potential that we could see another brokered peace deal from Taiwan, or is that out the window as well?
Another brokered peace deal, I believe, could be on the table, but we would not be willing to put up any more collateral and military might in order to push it over the table like we may have in the past.
You are potentially considering military options? Is that what I'm hearing right now?
In the past, we were prepared, or possibly prepared, to consider pushing both sides towards a peace agreement.
That sounds like a lot of words, but that essentially translates to we were potentially going to think.
We were potentially going to think about it, but we are no longer willing to put our asses on the line for an empire that disregarded our moral compass.
So, what you're saying is, there was a debate between Taiwanian members, or are you saying there was no discussion at all?
Well, I am only a duchy, so I don't get direct say. I only get to advise both the dual monarchs, but it seemed like both of them didn't want to involve themselves in a war, and neither really wanted the war to continue either.
Do you have any underground relationship with Concord, or was that just the Caribbean before they did genocide?
If we do have a relationship with Concord, I would not say it's underground. I would say we are cordial, but nowhere near allies. Nothing of the sort of non-aggression pacts or mutual defense agreements.
Is that because they're below you, or just because you don't see any benefit in that?
Because we do not see any benefit in that, especially seeing as their distance from us is such that it would be inconvenient to travel almost across the entire world to assist them, when they do not possess the military power required to make the exchange fair.
Okay. Well, that's the end of our first ever Farm and TV broadcast. A little conversation. If you want to be a guest, reach out to myself or FlameKnight. Give a little wave. Come on, don't be shy. Stop drawing.
Hello.
I would love to interview you like I just did there with Flame. Get your side on the topic. Again, all you need is a working computer, and actually, I'm pretty sure VR chat's on the phone, right?
I do believe VR chat does now have mobile support. Also, as a quick demonstration, while we are VR chat with VR users, these chairs support seats
You're a
Obviously,
bit
I didn't
snappy,
outline
bro.
it correctly, but if you are a desktop or mobile user, you can just come up to a chair, click on the buttons that we have configured, and you are seated. You just have to align yourself.
And when you're seated,
So
you can
very
look
easy
at
to
me.
just download the app and hop on.
So we'd love to interview everyone. We're essentially turning this into, I believe it's a weekly to bi-weekly show. We'll also be using this set to cover a monthly developer note. That developer note will go out roughly on the 30th every single month. We'll cover what we believe we made progress in, and usually Amy Rosie will be as a guest. We'll do a monthly developer note. Roughly on the 30th, it will get posted. Every single episode of Farm and TV is not edited by myself. I just exist because lol. Thankfully, our lovely editor FlameKnight is over there. So he'll decide topics, and if we do a weekly or a bi-weekly show. Also, if certain developments happen, we might hop on and do this, but that would be more likely a WNN by myself, edited with no actual effort. So we'll use this exact same set and on the same channel to post our monthly developer note, and that will also have Amy Rosie. She'll sit next to him, and we'll likely put a Norwegian flag up there, and that'll be the main 3 developers. We might also have use a set for discussions about trust and safety, which will be with Glib. We might also use it for discussions with Nico Sniper about certain moderation decisions. Generally speaking, we're moving to a more visual platform, especially considering there's a massive archive that'll be on this channel. So you can look back on the progress we made, different states of the game, and other exciting things, along with essentially what we've been missing for a long period of time, which is a time capsule of history. See, this brief moment in history, I'm gonna change the camera. This brief moment in history would essentially be forgotten to more than a sentence. As we move to WNN and Farm and TV, but mostly Farm and TV, because WNN is just going into news, we actually have lovely ability to go back and look at analysts' input. We can look at actual situations. I obviously play a character, and so does Flame. But, genuinely, we'd love to hear your feedback. Thank you for watching.
Yes, thanks for watching.